Hey there guys, Peter here, back with another video for you. This time around I'm going to make a new build that I'm going to name a Crystal White build. This system will be based around transparency and the color white. Okay, let's start one by one. First off, the motherboard. The motherboard I choose for this build is the MSI Z170 Krait Gaming. Why do I choose this motherboard? Because it fits the build. The build is based around the color white and this motherboard is black and white. The white is not overdone like in some other motherboards, but there is still a lot of white on it. On top of that, it supports a lot of new technologies. High-speed DDR4 RAM, high-speed M.2 slot, U.2 slot, SATA Express, LAN protection, military class high-quality components, steel armored PCI Express slots, support for multiple GPUs, debug LED screen that will show you a code number if there is any issues with your hardware. Really nice feature that I personally have in my system and I appreciate having. If you take your time, you can find this beauty for $150 and below $150. That motherboard will support our CPU of choice. Since I will try and stay near the $1,000 mark, for this build I would use the Core i5-6400. It's non-overclockable, but it is really decent CPU. For gaming is more than enough and it can do some heavy lifting if the need be. After all, it's 4 physical cores. Some people may say go with Core i3, I would say no. No. 4 physical cores win every time. You can find this bad boy for $170 OEM tray version, which we are going to use. Tray version simply means there is no CPU cooler with the chip. Why are we doing this? Well, because we're going to use an aftermarket CPU cooler. This specific cooler is the Phanteks PH-TC12DX. It's black and white, although there are versions in different colors, but this one is black and white and I love it. First off, it performs amazing for its price of $49.99. Second of all, it comes in push-pull with 2 fans. And since it's black and white, it fits perfectly with our system. And third of all, it is not too big to hide the RAM. And the RAM I have chosen for this particular build is the crucial Ballistix ports. 16GB kit of 2 pieces of 8GB each. I've chosen the white modules, although there are also gray and red modules, but I've chosen the white ones just to fit with our color scheme. This beauty you can find for $72, but if you search for it more carefully, you may be able to find it cheaper. Anyways, with that out of the way, any modern gaming system should have an SSD. For this build, I chose to use the ADATA SP550 120GB SSD. It will set you back $39.99 at the moment and you can consistently find it under $40 no matter where you look. It's cheap, it's fast. All it needs to do is to house the operating system and all of the software like browsers and video players and music players and whatever you want to put in there. With 120GB you won't be putting your games on it, but for the games we have the Hitachi HGST Ultrastar 1TB drive for the amazing $44.50. As usual, I choose HGST above all other brands because of their reliability, as consistently shown in different tests. With 1TB of space you'll have more than enough for standard gaming. Next up on the list is the GPU, and for GPU I would have chosen the MSI Armor version, but MSI haven't released Armor version yet, so I'm going to choose the Sapphire Nitro RX 480 4GB version. Why do I choose 4GB? Because 4GB is more than enough and is $50 cheaper than the 8GB version. There is one big issue with the RX 480 at the moment, which is that is not available anywhere. It's very difficult to find, not just in the US but also in UK and Europe. But I choose this specific graphics card because of its color and the color of its backplate and the ability to set the RGB LED lighting to the color white, which actually fits our build perfectly. This thing is $230, fits perfectly our build. You just need to take your time and hunt this thing down. Don't pay more than $250 for it. Whatever you do, don't pay more than $250 for it. All of this would be powered by the best power supply in the business, Seasonic. I chose the Seasonic M12 520W 80 Plus Bronze Evo Edition. First off, it's 80 Plus Bronze certified. It's fine, nice enough. Second of all, it's modular. It's fully modular, and this will always help. It's $65. It's a bit on the expensive side, but Seasonic are the best when it comes to power supplies. Many brands are just buying Seasonic power supplies and adding just a new sticker on them and selling them as their own. So instead of buying another brand of power supply that is actually Seasonic, I just chose to buy Seasonic. The biggest plus in this case is that some of the cables are flat, which will help us immensely. Why would it help us immensely? Because the case we're choosing to build inside is the Anidees AI Crystal case. This thing is beautiful. I made an overview of this case. You can see a link to it somewhere on the screen. Check it out if you like. The side panels and the front panel are made entirely out of tempered glass. It comes with 4 140mm fans. It has a power supply cover that will hide most of the cable mess if there is any. The back panel is tempered glass. That means that all the cables will be visible. So I chose a modular power supply that will help with the cable management and will reduce the cable mess. This case will provide enough of a lighting to visually highlight all the efforts put into color coordinating this beautiful black and white system. This is why I chose the name Crystal White. The case is named Crystal and the system is black and white, so I chose the name Crystal White. Now, if you're wondering why I keep pushing AMD cards, this is one of the main reasons. I chose a monitor for this build. The monitor is ViewSonic VX2257-MHD. It costs $109.99. This thing has implemented FreeSync technology. FreeSync is the equivalent of the NVIDIA's G-Sync. Let me reiterate that again. We have $110 monitor with FreeSync technology. For comparison, if I have chosen the GTX 1060, that is direct competitor to RX 480, the cheapest G-Sync monitor I can get will set me back $300. And here I have a monitor with the similar technology for $110. Also, with its glossy surface and visuals, the monitor perfectly fits our build. Oh, you think 21.5 inches is too small? Well, there is 24-inch panel for the price of $140. Oh, you think 24 is small as well? There is the same monitor, just 27 inches for $179.99. So we have $180 27-inch FreeSync monitor compared to the $300 G-Sync. Yeah! And this is the cheapest G-Sync monitor. Anyways, with the monitor, the total price of our build is $1,061. So that's it, guys. I give you the crystal white build for $1,061. What do you think about it? Would you change anything inside the build? Maybe to fit it in smaller price bracket? Or maybe to improve something about it? What would you change about it? The only thing is that we need to preserve the black and white color scheme of it. Anyways, that would be all for this video. Click the like button if you enjoyed it. If you did not, the dislike button is right next to it. Don't forget to check my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.